All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive. Today we're tackling something that might seem, I don't know, a little bit simple on the surface,
Mm-hmm.
but we're gonna go deep.
Yes, we are.
Today's all about a single word, and that word is could.
Ooh, could.
Yeah, could.
Yeah.
And specifically, we're looking at how it's used in all those safety materials you see, uh, around the workplace.
Right, right.
And the thing is, the way could gets tossed around, it can actually be a bit of a sneaky clue about how much risk is really involved.
Absolutely. Yeah. Could can really signal different levels of risk and potential hazard. It's not always just a simple, suggestion.
Right. And that's where we're diving into this. We're going to break it down so you can spot those subtle hints.
Yes.
And maybe even avoid a close call or two.
Exactly. So, our source material for this deep dive actually does a pretty good job of breaking it down.
Okay, perfect.
They kind of lay out three main ways that could gets used in all these health and safety materials.
Okay, so what are the three?
Lay it on me, right?
Yeah.
Well, the first one, it's probably the most straightforward could is used to just basically indicate a possibility.
Okay. A possibility.
So think about like warnings on tools or equipment. Like using this tool without a guard could result in serious injury, something like that.
Right. So it's not like a guaranteed outcome.
Right. Exactly.
But it's flagging a potential danger.
Yeah. It's saying, hey, this isn't impossible.
Yeah.
This is something that could happen.
Like it's possible.
Yes.
So it's like a heads up.
It is. It's a definite heads up.
Okay. So the first could is possibility.
That's number one.
Okay. What about the second way?
So the second way could pops up. It's actually a little more, I don't know, proactive, you could say.
Proactive.
Yeah. It's more about suggesting solutions or alternative ways of doing things.
Okay.
Safer ways of doing things.
Give me an example.
So instead of, reaching across some, moving machinery, you could use the provided grabber tool.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it's like a nudge in the right direction.
It is. It's like having that friend who, gently suggests a better way of doing something.
Oh, right. Instead of like yelling at you to get down from the wobbly chair.
Exactly.
They just like casually mention the stepladder.
All right. Yeah.
It's a very tactful could.
It is. It's a friendly could.
I like that.
Yeah. And then we come to the third way that could is used.
Okay, hit me.
So the third one, this is where it gets, you really want to pay attention because this is where it gets a little more serious.
Okay.
This could is all about spelling out the specific risks.
Okay, so it's not just like a general warning.
No. It's like, okay, here are the consequences if you don't pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
Contact with this chemical could result in severe burns, for example.
Okay, yeah. That could. It has some teeth.
It does. It's definitely got some bite to it.
Yeah.
And you know what? Our source material actually highlighted a case study. A worker, he saw a warning. Contact could cause skin irritation, and he kind of brushed it off.
Oh, no.
Right? He's like, oh, irritation, it's not a big deal. ended up needing medical attention, so that really drives home.
Right. So even if it doesn't sound super scary, it's
Exactly.
still a could to watch out for.
Yeah, it is. It's that red flag that says, like, hey, don't mess around with this.
Don't mess around.
Don't mess around. So, to kind of bring it all back to, what's the point of all this?
Yeah.
It's really about, being aware and being proactive about your own safety.
Okay.
Paying attention to these coulds. And if you're not sure, if you don't understand,
ask.
Yeah.
Asking questions never hurts.
Never hurts.
So, all right. We've got our 3 coulds: possibility, solutions, and specific risks.
You got it.
But, sometimes safety instructions can be a bit
confusing.
A bit confusing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's not always as simple as just like figuring out the words.
Right. Especially, in today's workplaces, which are often so diverse.
Yeah.
Different backgrounds, different languages.
So how do we make sure that everyone's getting the same message?
Well, actually, our source, they recommend a really interesting resource for this.
Okay.
There's a free ebook out there. It's called Navigating Risk: Straightforward Strategies for Diverse Teams.
That sounds pretty useful.
Yeah. It really gets into the nitty-gritty of how to make sure everyone's on the same page.
So even if you're all, technically speaking the same language,
Right.
there can still be these, misunderstandings.
Oh, absolutely. You could have someone, who's been on the job for 20 years. They hear a could warning. They know exactly what that means.
Right. They've seen it all.
Exactly.
But then, a new hire.
Right. Someone who's brand new.
Yeah.
It might just totally go over their head.
So it's about more than just the words. It's about the context.
It's about the whole picture.
Okay. So this ebook, it goes into how to bridge those communication gaps.
It does. Yeah. Things like, using visuals, pictures, diagrams, having regular safety huddles.
Okay.
Where everyone can, talk and ask questions.
Yeah.
And just generally encouraging that open dialogue, making sure that people feel comfortable speaking up if they don't understand something.
Right. Because at the end of the day, everyone being safe, that's the priority.
Absolutely.
Well, that sounds like a great resource. We'll make sure to include a link to that ebook in the show notes. So you guys can check it out. And in the meantime, while you're, thinking about all this, I got a question for you.
Okay, shoot it.
What are some other words or phrases you see in those safety instructions that maybe aren't as straightforward as they could be?
Mm-hmm.
Or they could different interpretations depending on, who's reading them. How can we make sure everyone understands no matter, where they come from, what their background is? It's all about staying safe out there.
It is.
So stay curious, stay informed, and stay safe, everybody.
Stay safe.
We'll see you next time.
See you then. Bye.
Bye.